This guy. You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad.
Donald Trump recently leaked a chilling message about Mike Tyson that sent shockwaves through the internet. And trust me, it's not the kind of news you can simply overlook. When a former US president steps forward to warn Jake Paul that he stands absolutely no chance against Tyson, it's kind of a big deal. But of course, Jake Paul, the internet's favorite attention magnet, figured it would be a walk in the park to ride Tyson's name for some easy fame after all. The man's got great hair, right? Jake seems to think that just because Tyson's a bit older, he somehow lost his edge. As if a few wrinkles mean Tyson can't still wreck someone's career in an instant. It's almost tragic how Jake has underestimated him. But Trump? He had the perfect way of spelling out just how disastrously wrong that assumption could be. So buckle up, because if you think this ride is wild now, you haven't seen anything yet.
Good thing. I know Iron Mike, and he's a great guy, Mike Tyson. A great guy. He's a good man. Hey, Mike's been through a lot, but he could fight. Let me tell you, that guy could fight. But can you imagine Mike? Oh, he says, put Mike in the ring with.
Trump being Trump couldn't resist adding his own flair to the conversation. As the countdown for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's fight began, he decided to sprinkle a bit of his signature class by suggesting, half joking, half who knows, that he'd like to see Tyson square off against none other than Vice President Kamala Harris in a boxing match. Yes, because nothing says great idea like pitting a former heavyweight champion against the sitting Vice President of the United States. Unsurprisingly, this comment landed with all the grace of a lead balloon at a helium convention.
This guy. You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today. But he's a fantastic guy, very talented.
Just now, Trump has thrown his support behind Jake Paul, suggesting that Tyson's age might finally be his downfall. And this isn't just a casual endorsement. Trump is betting that Paul's youth will ultimately outshine every punch Tyson's thrown in the ring. These comments have put Tyson in an awkward position. Here he is, hearing from a guy who's been through thick and thin with Trump, and now he's somehow caught up in this circus. Tyson's no stranger to controversy, but this is a whole new level. Tyson's focus is getting in the ring with Jake Paul, not getting dragged into a political sideshow. Meanwhile, Trump is likely watching from his golden tower, probably with a smirk, waiting for the world to catch up to his so-called genius.
We've all been waiting for, but on November 15th at AT&T Stadium, Mike Tyson will enter the ring to battle Jake Paul.
Tyson, the former heavyweight champ, now 58 years of age, obviously coming out of retirement for this bout against the 27-year-old Paul.
Tyson, the legend, is set to face Jake Paul in what can only be described as the weirdest boxing match in the history of combat sports. This is like watching a classic movie star take on a YouTube influencer who still thinks sending news is a groundbreaking joke. And that's exactly why the stakes are through the roof, my friends. If Tyson loses this fight, it won't just be a loss to Jake Paul. It'll be a hit to everything Tyson's ever worked for. His entire legacy could crumble in an instant because he lost to a YouTuber. It's like if Michael Jordan lost a one-on-one game to someone wearing Crocs. But here's the kicker. Trump is actively rooting for Jake Paul to take down one of the most fearsome fighters in history. Why? Because according to Trump, Paul has the young blood to do it. It's a bizarre twist that makes this already strange matchup even more surreal.
Trump was running the economy. As you can see in every category, energy, gasoline, rent, and food, the numbers are exponentially lower and the lowest of the past 30 years of presidents. Again, regardless of your emotion, I'm just presenting you with facts. Do I think Donald Trump is a perfect human?
Nothing screams winning formula like a YouTube star with a track record of starting beef with anyone who doesn't share his hair color. But there's more to it than just age. Trump's endorsement of Jake Paul is, of course, a strategic play. Paul has openly supported Trump, so naturally, Trump's like, hey, I'll back him too, because why not? The combination of Paul's social media clout, his unapologetic antics, and his ability to get under people's skin is exactly the type of fighter Trump would throw his support behind. Meanwhile, Tyson is a legacy, a fighter whose name is etched in history. But in Trump's world, legacy only gets you so far, especially when there's an influencer who's far more in tune with the meme-driven social media frenzy that keeps the internet buzzing. Tyson may have history on his side, but Paul has the modern-day attention economy firmly in his corner.
Insulted by the suggestion that you're too old for this. Is that a fair statement?
Hey, listen, you can't compare me with other people my age.
Now, it's a whole new ballgame. The political endorsement is on the table, and somehow Jake Paul, of all people, is at the top of the list. Tyson's legendary status? Well, it's taking a backseat to Trump's brand of politics. It is fascinating to watch this dynamic unfold. Let's face it, Tyson's no longer the political pawn he once was. Sure, he's a boxing icon, but Trump's political alliances are as unpredictable as the stock market, and right now, it seems like Paul's got the inside track. Trump and Tyson, could there be a more unlikely duo? This is the kind of pairing you'd expect to see in a late-night comedy sketch, not in the history books. But here we are, watching it all unfold in real time, as Tyson's legacy is overshadowed by Trump's volatile political moves and Paul's social media dominance.
And you know, he was good to everybody when they was giving them free tickets and free hotel rooms. You know, he just became a president, and I guess his politics changed or whatever it is. But
in the 1980s, Trump, the ambitious real estate tycoon, and Tyson, the heavyweight champ who could practically sneeze and send opponents flying across the ring, were on the same page, both riding high on their respective meteoric rises. Tyson was dominating the boxing world while Trump was making moves in the real estate game, with both men seemingly destined for greatness. Their paths crossed as Tyson's success brought him into Trump's orbit, and for a time, they seemed like the ultimate power duo.